Hello there, this is Pam with Not Done Yet, soon to be
Rebooted, what?
Reboot, a new old age. I knew I'd get it. This is my son Mark, who's going to be 47 in June.
The fuck you gotta tell that for?
Because telling you your age is because otherwise they'd think you're a teenager.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I'm 27.
What was that, right? 47? Or is it 48?
It's 47.
Okay, 47. See, he told you.
Are you having a heart attack? It's your watch.
Oh.
Are you dying?
My watch said it was draining water. I don't know. There's no water around. On March 8th,
Oh yeah.
and I'm trying to think if it was 84 or 85. I think it was 84, March 8th.
85.
85. It was somewhere around there, but March 8th is right. This person was adopted by this person and another person who I'm no longer involved with. So this is my son as of March 8th.
1985.
1985. So we couldn't celebrate on the 8th for some reason I don't remember, but we are celebrating it, so to speak, today by simply getting together.
I think we were both just like we are quite often.
Yeah, that could be. Neither one of us were feeling it. Not that we're feeling it today either. He's not feeling well.
I just got some tummy stuff.
I do think, though, if I believed in past lives, which I do kind of, sort of, we definitely knew each other in another life because we just did.
If that thing exists.
Yeah, if that exists, we knew each other. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know where, but we did. Because there's some connection here that surpasses everything. And
I probably was her pet dog. The bond between a human and an animal was much stronger than human and human.
Okay, then you could have been my... I don't think you were my pet dog.
What about cat? Parakeet?
No.
Attack badger?
Well, tell me how you really... how do you feel about the fact that you're adopted?
I feel wonderful.
And
it saved my life.
Did it?
I mean, they don't know that, but you know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was living through some of the worst abuse, trauma,
Yeah.
in my life.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
It's not been easy for either of us.
My ride's been very rough. Beautiful, but rough. But yeah, I would be, even statistically, I should be...
Right.
Molesting children and murdering people. It's a serious thing.
More likely either in jail or dead, but none of those things.
No.
I think the biggest thing for me is that all the times that people told me, and it could be ministers, it could be therapists, it could be my partner.
Give up.
They would say, walk away from him, leave him, forget it. And I couldn't never do that, despite the fact he just walked away from me, but I think he went to do something.
I just put my glasses on.
Oh, okay. If there was one bit of advice I got that I ignored consistently, that's the advice. And I don't regret it.
To abandon me?
Yeah.
I guess maybe like 17, 16 to 20-ish?
No, even earlier than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Earlier than that? When? I guess would it be after I was adopted in those early years? I mean, I still got issues, but...
Yeah, well, you had issues all along, but
I've tried. I've asked every doctor, just give me the magic pill that makes me normal, and it doesn't exist.
Well, and normal doesn't exist.
Well,
That's the real thing.
Sometimes I just want to go to a bar and drink Budweiser and watch football and go home to my wife, and that's my life. I don't want to be aware of all this. I just want to be stupid. Can you hit me with the stupid stick?
Yeah, I know that feeling. I mean, it would be easier sometimes.
The awareness of everything that's actually happening in the world.
Yeah, and other people's pain because you had a lot of your own.
The learn to walk away thing, I've done that too, though. I've had to do that. I'm a rescuer. I got it from her. I'm a rescuer, a savior. I'm addicted to helping people.
Well, and I did on a few times, especially in the last 10 years.
Yep.
I had to make decisions to protect my life and my husband's life. And, one of the most, I think, compelling or interesting situations we faced was I was moving back to Minnesota with Frank because of his health. And the move just getting ready for it every time we would move was very traumatic for him. And he was actually in the hospital like the last 5 days before the move. So everything was on me. And for the last 5 months before the move, Mark had been living in our garage because I couldn't let him live in the house because the house was being shown
for selling. Oh God!
And it turns out he was doing meth in the garage the whole
time.
And he had just found a place to live,
trap house,
when we were going to move. And within just like 2 or 3 days of that. And so the last night, Frank, at that point, I had put him in a hotel because he got discharged from the hospital. We were flying to Minnesota the next day. The movers were coming. And, I'm trying to clean up. I mean, all the stuff was out of the garage except for Mark's stuff. And I was trying to sweep and do all this, and it was overwhelming. So I just had to call it quits, and I went home. Back to the hotel.
The house was empty.
I know how you felt when you went back, thinking you'd have a chance to say goodbye, right?
I was high on meth. It was weird for me to come back and the house was empty and no one was there. And I'm like, where the fuck are my parents? Like, what?
Yeah. Because we had to continue on with our life. Now, 18 months later,
that's when
he's going off, and he comes to Minnesota and stays with us
in the basement
for the last few months of our living in a rental house, which was a horrible experience. But it was all horrible. Everything about it was horrible. But he got off meth on his own with no treatment or medical supervision. And most of that happened while he was sleeping on the floor in the basement of our rental house.
Yeah.
And again, I'm going through this nightmarish process of trying to pack everything myself, deal with movers, deal with Frank's. And, I look back on times like this, and I personally don't know how I ever made it through them. And I have no idea how you ever made it through them. And I don't have any idea how we made it to still be together.
True grit, Mom. We are chock full of that, man.
Or we're nuts.
Damn right. Well, nobody knows yet because it hasn't happened, but my happy ass slips through the cracks and has gone through so much stuff that
Oh, I know.
It's
just so much.
But I still wake up every day. I still love people. I still try to be a good person, even though I hide from most of the world now because everybody's crazy. I'm normal. Everybody else is all fucking crazy. I'm joking. I'm not normal.
I know. But there is no normal, Mark. There just is the way a person is. And some may be more socially acceptable than others, and some may not.
What else you got?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm on disability.
He is. I remember the day he had an administrative hearing with Social Security. It was a Zoom meeting, and I cried during it, and they still didn't give it to him. He did get it eventually, but not because of the administrative hearing.
That was the final hearing, and they rejected me for the same thing. They gave it to me 6 months later when I had a lawyer. It was crazy. Yeah, my mom had to tell me to shut my mouth. Just accept the disability. Don't go in there and berate the people.
But yeah, it was a hard day. And that same day I was trying to find a dentist that would pull his tooth for free. And finally we found one. I found it. It was at the cathedral in Santa Fe. Once a week or once a month, some dentist would go there and do extraction. So he was able to get rid of the sick tooth. But there's days like that people who have, ordinary families and more TV sitcom type situations would have a hard time believing. And when you layer on top of that, well, everything, it's a lot.
What about the day that I was heavily on meth at this point? I had to put my dog down.
Oh, and I was there.
And I had to go to court. And I got evicted that same day. Same day.
No, they were days in a row there, but not the same day. No.
And then they were like right after each other then.
It was way before we moved and before you took up in our garage. And I knew he wasn't all right because he wasn't sad enough when his poor dog had to be put down.
Yep. Methamphetamine's a hell of a drug. All you care about. I was getting evicted. It was right when I got evicted. And then I came to your that's when I came to the garage.
Oh, yeah, because you lived with Grace after we moved. That's
I
right.
went. If you ever lived in a trap house, it's an amazing experience.
What's a trap house?
It's where they let drug dealers deal their drugs and stash their money in drugs. So like this apartment, you know, we'd let multiple people come in throughout the day to sell their drugs and to stash.
See, that's one thing about Mark. You never exactly know for sure
Who knows?
what part of what is the story is true or not. I mean, at some level, it's his perception of what happened, but some of the things can't really even be true.
True. I was still there. They had to come and tell me I had 24 hours to get out because after she left, when we finally moved out, I still was staying in the house in my room.
Oh, and then that's when you came here?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And then, yeah, that's when I drove here. So adoption's good.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's man and woman or men or none of that shit matters. All that matters is if your child's getting love and is safe and
Yeah.
that's it. I don't care if it's a tree and a bush, like as long as they're raising you right.
And people who adopt special needs children, like I did, have to be willing to make a commitment and a connection and love unconditionally. It doesn't mean you're always going to do exactly what they want or let them do exactly what they want, but you love them the whole time.
And it's a lifelong commitment. I still need help at almost 47.
That I have to say is that when you're the lifeline, because that's what I am for Mark, I'm the only one.
Yep.
The only line, the only person, it weighs heavy on you. And I know that Frankie felt it too, even though he had a harder time showing it. But he knew that we were the only thing that kept Mark tethered to this plane of existence. And I wanted him to be on it with us. So maybe that's enough for today, but happy adoption, Mark.
I'm still here, still alive.
Yeah, me too. And we're going to live to see another day. Yeah, knock on wood.
I'll be fine. Bye, guys.
So,
thanks.
We may do this again sometime.
Haberdashery.